The closed alpha for Roller Champions ended last week. The Discord has fallen silent and so have the players, but there's still plenty to talk about with the closed beta just around the corner. First and foremost, I want to congratulate the top 100 players of the closed alpha. Now I don't want to make any excuses, but the skill rating system had some flaws, and there's firm handshakes to be had for those who overcame that mountain of a leaderboard. Those handshakes might have to wait until we're allowed to go outside again, so let's talk about what's next for Roller Champions, the closed beta. What's new? What do players want to see? Let's talk about it. We might as well mention the elephant in the room. The skill rating system. I won't go and screenshot every message that I saw throughout the Discord, but it was certainly a topic that's earned its spot at the top of my list, and hopefully the dev team's list as well. For those who don't know what I'm talking about here, occasionally all 6 players would load into a match and disconnect about 10 seconds into a game. Sometimes players reported not even being able to load in, and receiving an error that would boot them out to the main menu. Now this might not seem like a big deal, but the big issue here was that when players reported losing MMR for these disconnects. Now I don't plan to go into the details of what MMR is or what it means, and if you'd like I'm sure a simple Google search will fill you in, but for people grinding the leaderboards this was an unstoppable force that essentially erased hours of work, and the only thing that could be done was pray it wasn't against an unbalanced match against a team with little to no fans, because this resulted in hundreds of MMR lost, throwing people 5, 10, even 20 spots down the leaderboard, and they couldn't do anything about it but start grinding again or give up. Unfortunately, the matchmaking wasn't very balanced, and more often than not, this was the case. I, for one, was in the top 100 still getting matched up with people with one fan playing their very first match against me. In my opinion, I truly hope this is the top priority going into the beta, at the very least balanced matchmaking. Of course, with balanced matchmaking you sacrifice fast matchmaking times, but I would much rather disconnect against a team of equal skill, resulting in a few MMR lost, as opposed to losing all of my hard work to some random person who just logged onto the game for the first time. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree. Let's hope the technical side of the game gets fixed, and then we can go back to working on the balance between offense and defense, which in all honesty was where the game shined. Being able to play the game is more important than the balance of the game, and that's all I really want to say on the topic of matchmaking in the MMR system. I know a lot of people hated how overpowered being the ball carrier was, and to some extent I agree, but at the same time I couldn't help but notice how close my matches were against teams of equal skill, going 4 or 5 minutes before somebody scored. It's my opinion that the balance between offense and defense is close to perfect, and I think when skill-based matchmaking comes around, we'll see more players agree that the game feels really good in its current state. I truly hope the way the game plays right now is the way it stays, with only very minor changes and tweaks. Some ideas I've heard are a stamina system to prevent the spam of all moves, especially for the ball carrier dodge spam, and it would add more depth, forcing the ball carrier to choose their moves carefully before ultimately having to pass the ball off. Sure, the game is set in 2030, but these characters that we play as are human, and I think making them work like humans is really essential to the core of the game. Not in every aspect though, I mean, that high-speed dropkick would without a doubt end a career if this game was realistic, but as far as stamina goes, I'm all for this idea. Aside from that though, the game is good, really good. Going into the closed beta, we're going to get our hands on more cosmetics. If you didn't know, I talked about full outfits a little bit in a previous video, and my speculation that Asha, one of the characters from the original trailer for the game, might be available on full release through this full outfit thing. I love the cosmetics for this game, and I have a good feeling Roller Champions is going to have microtransactions locked down, provided they're fairly priced, because they look amazing. Battle Pass, crates, doesn't matter, I'm all in on the skin train. Skin train. 2 words I never thought I'd use together. On the topic of microtransactions though, I really do hope the UI of the in-game store gets a fresh look for the full release. I'm not a fan of the items that rotate in a single box, as it makes us have to sit and wait for the item we want to rotate in to purchase it. Another issue in this closed alpha was that if you selected an item and a new item rotated in when you clicked to confirm your purchase, it would buy the item currently showing on the rotation, and if the item shown was already owned, you would just lose your credits. I tested this towards the end of the playtest and was actually able to throw away 80,000 credits in just a few seconds. While I expect this to be fixed, I'd much rather just like a new overhaul on the store UI as a whole. It would be cool when clicking the store, the background transition to our skater in some sort of locker room. Just an idea. Moving on to a different topic, arena rotation. If you didn't know, the arena you play on is decided by the total number of fans of all 6 players. Meaning when you have too many fans, there are too many to fit into arenas like Acapulco and Mexico Arena. By the end of the closed alpha, everyone was playing on Chichen Itza, with some still able to get on Mexico and only brand new players able to access Acapulco. Now, I'm not saying this to discredit Chichen Itza by any means, it's such a beautiful map, and I was super glad to see a new map in our rotation for this playtest. If anything, I'm trying to express the love the players have for maps like Acapulco. The idea of unlocking arenas through fans is awesome, but maybe after they unlock, they just get added to our random rotation of maps. I'm sure the team is aware of this, but if they aren't, Acapulco is too good of a map to just give to new players. Us veteran players would love to have them just as much as we love Chichen Itza, and would love to continue playing on it regardless of how many fans we have. With all that out of the way, I want to make it clear that these are criticisms that shouldn't put the game in a bad light whatsoever. This game has grown so much since we first saw it on the E3 stage, and I truly hope it only gets better from here. I don't know when we're going to get our hands on the closed beta, but I expect it to be within 2 months or so, possibly being delayed like everything else while #StayAtHome is in effect. But none of that is confirmed. I'll be waiting around for news like everybody else, and when I hear about it, I assure you I'll be posting when it goes up. The rest of this video is just going to be a short personal rant about my channel, what's to come, and what happened to the Q&A, as well as Roller Essentials Part 2, just a heads up if you aren't interested. But if you are, I just wanted to start by apologizing for saying certain videos are in the works or going up and then not delivering on that promise. Things change, and so do the videos that I find are fitting to upload, so I want to share what's changed and, what's planned currently with you all. I'm pretty new to this YouTube scene, so bear with me. Roller Essentials Part 2 was meant to be an advanced guide, but it didn't feel right uploading it at the end of the closed alpha because I want players to watch the video and jump right in to try out everything they learned for themselves, and it just didn't feel right at the time to put out a video like that. It's still here, but I'm going to use this time to make a more in-depth one, so that way when the closed beta does go live, you will be able to jump right in with everything you could possibly need to know. As far as the Q&A goes, I honestly wasn't prepared for the amount of questions I was going to get, and was a little bit overwhelmed. The traction my channel got from the closed alpha is insane, and I'm still definitely going to do this video, most likely before the closed beta goes live. This channel just hit 500 subscribers, and while that might not seem like a lot to the average YouTuber, it means a lot to me because I was never expecting to be a YouTuber. This was just a hobby. I used to upload stupid videos that have since been unlisted, and this feeling of wanting to put out a video for you all is kind of a new experience for me that I'm still trying to find a groove in. I've got some ideas for future uploads while we wait for closed beta. I'd like to analyze some people's gameplay, so if you have a full gameplay match and it's of good quality, direct message me on Discord and maybe I could make a video or two out of that. The road to closed beta starts now, and I really hope you all enjoyed your time with the closed alpha over the last few weeks. Here's to hoping we all get back into the arena soon enough. Stay safe, stay inside, wash your damn hands, and I'll talk to you all soon.